Here we go. 30 days to make it happen or quit forever. So I want to go over where we're at for range breakers. I've got two setups, and I'm hoping that one of these setups will allow me to be in the 10% of day traders that actually make it. So let's go over the setups real quick. If you've been watching, you've been seeing what I've been working on. The first one, I've got two setups. This one is loosely based on a article called Can Day Trading Really Be Profitable? And essentially it's once a day trade that tries to get the entire move of the day. As you can see, if this backtest is valid, the equity drawdown compared to the P&L is almost 8x, which would be really just on one contract, which would be outstanding to use 15K to make 117. I mean, even if we used 30K, 40K, 50K, 70K to make 117, you're still making money. But this is what the backtest shows. So setup one, today was a loss. Yesterday was not too good. I'll show you what the trades look like. Not a good start. I have been trading this though more than just these days. I'm actually using MNQ because they're huge moves: 3,600, 3,460, 4,655. So the goal is to get the entire move of the day. Is it risky? I don't know. Look at the back test. But the one thing, and the reason I like this setup, is that commissions and slippage really, because the moves are so large, don't really have an impact. If I go back to 2021, there's definitely flat periods, some drawdown, but overall, that would be amazing if we could just roll with this and scale it up. So that's number one. I'll go over number two. This is a scalping, much smaller targets. This is for 1 year. Looks really good. I mean, 83% win rate. Last couple of weeks have not been that fantastic. But this setup, the biggest issue is the slippage and commissions. And if I'm using automation, we've had an average of 5 points difference, and some of the targets, it's only 10 to 15 points sometimes. So this, I think this is probably not going to work in terms of actually looking this good, where it's 23 or 20x, 22x or something, the equity drawdown. I can make this better by opening up the stops even larger, but let me go back to the same time frame. And these are all trading the opening range breakouts just in different ways. This is on the 15-minute time frame, trying to get a small move. Again, that would be great on 3,990 of equity drawdown. So what's my plan? So I'm taking a 5-step approach to this current strategy. And hopefully in 30 days, I determine if we're going to be in the 90% or the 10% that actually make it. So first off, I'm going to automate all trades. It's really obvious to me, even if I do a manual bracketed trade, if I have the computer screen open, I'm going to screw something up. That's just guaranteed. So I'm going to automate all trades. I cannot be a discretionary trader. That's just not going to happen. Number two, or step two, consistency. So I've worked, it's been probably 18 months in reality for these two setups. And I read an article yesterday from a quant trader, and he stated that some of the best traders just go to market and do not tweak their setup. They just roll with it. And that's where I'm at. I keep changing, keep trying to make it better, and I'm probably curve fitting and making it worse. So step three, this is kind of where I've been spending a lot of my time, is I have a back test I just showed you, but I want third-party feedback. So if you know anyone, I've started to reach out to a lot of different so-called quants that are mathematicians, experts in trading, and I want them to go through my back test and absolutely rip it apart and tell me it sucks and say the strategy is not going to work. So I'm working with them, trying to hire someone to go through and say, okay, is this tradable or would they not trade it? Regardless of that, that's going to happen as I trade. Step four really is if I can actually just let step one happen, then step 4 will be easy. We'll review and decide in 30 days via the Tradezella, is this actually worth trading, or do I need to throw my oversized monitor in the trash? I don't really need it anyways if it's all automated, right? But one thing I want to mention too is I've gone so deep in these NQ futures day trades that I really, I have to think there's other traders that have better strategies than something I can come up with. So what I've been looking at is alternative strategies that are not NQ futures, something that's completely different. What I have started, which is kind of cool, and I'll make another video of this, but it's a totally different approach. It seems way, I wouldn't say more stressful. It should be more relaxed. It's a swing trade, and I'm using Trade Ideas, and you sign up on their platform. I can't recommend it. I've just started using it. I'm just telling you something I'm trying. Their website is really confusing, does not look legit, but I found that the worst websites usually is the best results and the best product. The better the marketing, the worse the outcome usually. So Trade Ideas has one thing, I'll try to link it maybe, that sends me recommendations, which it did today, on 5 stocks that meets their criteria. And the criteria is relative strength, so meaning that, and then one example they gave was like during 2020, the whole market was down, but relative strength, Zoom was really strong. So that would have been one of their swings just based on their so-called algorithm. But all you do on Monday, they send you an email that says what the buy price would be and then what the stop would be. And then all you do is you wait till next Monday to exit. So it's like, it's so simple. So today I took 3 out of the 5 trades. 2 did not hit the price to execute the trade. But this, I think, is a big part of it, is it's okay to have many, many strategies. Because as I started talking to these quants and these so-called experts, they have a portfolio of strategies. They don't just have one perfect strategy. They have, a gold strategy that does well when their futures strategy doesn't do well. And then they have a stock swing strategy that works well when something else. So it's a lot of offsetting. So that's where I'm going to spend most of my time. I'm not going to spend time here. If anyone sees me manually trading, they need to, I don't know, do something so I don't do that. But I'm going to spend all my time on this, backtest validation, and alternative strategies. Because at this point, these strategies, they are what they are. They're either going to work or they're not. They look good on backtest. Anything I do to improve these is just curve fitting more. We've got 2 setups, a scalp setup and an all-day setup. So really, the work's done. So right now, I got to let them roll, see how it goes, and I'm going to spend most of my time trying some new strategies. The swing trade stuff is really interesting because it's such a different take on day trading, and I've gone down the rabbit hole of asking them a million questions that are like, listen, it's not that complicated. You just buy it on Monday and exit on the next Monday, which is hard because one of the stocks I bought today is up 7%. And I'm like, well, maybe I should exit. And apparently the back test shows, and again, that it's better not to touch it. So I got to work on just letting stuff ride. So anyways, I want to update you guys to let you know this is my plan for the 30 days to make it happen or quit day trading forever. I don't want to be part of the 90%. My goal is to work on the fun part, which is really designing the trade setups, and then just automate them. And if they don't work, that's fine too. So here we go. 30 days. Will I make it? Let me know what you guys think. Subscribe to the channel. We'll talk soon. If you got any good trade ideas, strategies that you think are worth doing, that's going to be where I'm spending 90% of my focus. I'm going to try not to look at these trades, which is going to be impossible, but I'm going to try. So subscribe. Talk soon. Thank you guys.